Well, it looks like we're back for another one, you guys. Week 9, fresh off the bye week, fresh off some healthy guys like Puka Nakua and Rob Havenstein. Um, Being back on the football field earlier this afternoon, such a let me just start off by saying, first half of the season, we obviously we saw we had some lows, but we've also experienced some highs. And what better way than to start the start the second half on a fresh note, a fresh start. Guys healthy, even though Puka Nakua got a little banged up right there in the third quarter, but everything looks like he's going to be okay. Um, and another solid victory, and I get it's the New Orleans Saints, and I get that's a bad team. It's at the end of the day, it's still a professional football team. It's still an NFL team. You still got to go out there. You still got to go out there and play. You know what I mean? Because you know, on any given Sunday, anything can happen, right? And but it was a great overall win. Real quick, before I kick everything off and give my opinion on today's game, um, big congratulations to my Los Angeles Dodgers, man. Uh, it was such a great World Series win yesterday. Um, Yamamoto absolutely deserved that MVP, but this is not Dodger talk. This is not baseball talk. This is Rams related. But I just wanted to give a big shout out to the Los Angeles Dodgers and you know being the first team since the Yankees to win a back-to-back World Series. So congratulations to them. Um, but back to today's game, man. Look, great performance. And again, I get it was the New Orleans Saints. At the end of the day, they're still a professional football team. They still got some veterans there over there, in Cam Jordan and Alvin Kamara and Brandon Cook still there, you know what I mean? So I mean, at the end of the day, we did what we needed to do, right? We only allowed 10 points, which is great for the defense. Offense, just kept rolling and it just seemed like another great effort, and just showing in them showing us what we knew they were capable of being, right? And we saw that a couple of weeks prior against Jacksonville in London, and then again we see it at home today. You know, Devontae Adams, another two touchdown game today, another great performance. Um, And then you have obviously Puka Nakua is just balling out as usual, man. That that catch in the end zone was unbelievable right there. Defense swarming and being all over the place. Emmanuel Forbes with that pick and just man, this deep and Nate Landman, Nate Landman, Nate Landman, and this guy's making a very good habit of those peanut punches, man. Seriously, man, another one. And just the leadership on this defense, especially on his part, is it's really showing. Byron Young just, being a force on that DN side, you know what I mean, along with Jared Verse and Braden Fisk finally getting his first sack of the season. It's long awaited and much needed for him, and there's going to be plenty more for him to come the rest of the season. Um, but man, let me. It's amazing, and again, this is the reason why I don't like listening to media at all. I don't, whether it's ESPN or whatever, right? I don't like listening to these guys because there's a biasness there with those guys, and a lot of times they're going to pick and choose who their favorites are already, right? So, you got the Lamar Jacksons, you got the Josh Allens and the Patrick Mahomes, and I'm not saying they're not great quarterbacks, because they are, but it's like the topic of conversation, and Matthew Stafford never comes up. But this guy right here is playing at MVP level this year. This dude is balling out of control, and he's unbelievable, getting different guys involved, man. He's I I don't think, and again, this is coming based off of everything that we heard, in the off season with his back and whether he was going to retire or not, or if he was going to, look to be traded somewhere else, with the rumors of the Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Giants being involved. And um, I don't think anybody outside of Rams fans really expected him to ball out. We always did, right? As Rams fans, we already know what we get in with Matthew Stafford. We already know that Matthew Stafford is probably the most overlooked quarterback in the NFL right now, right? Because you guys, I get it. There's a lot of young talent out there and a lot of great talent, right? But it's like they seem to forget that Matthew Stafford is a baller. That dude is an absolute baller. And the way and where he places the football and the way he manipulates the defense with his eyes and his movements and just everything is just uh if and again, I'm not just saying this because I'm a Rams fan. I'm saying this because I'm looking at what he's doing on the football field. And to me, nobody stands out as the MVP right now. I get Baker Mayfield and what he's doing in Tampa, and he's being great. Patrick Mahomes, much of the same thing. Josh Allen, much of the same thing too, right? But when you look at the way Matthew Stafford is balling, unbelievable. And again, when you take into account that nobody expected this, especially with him dealing with those back issues in the off season, right? And not getting his reps with. And let me just say this: for all the talk and again, I'm guilty of this, right? Because I did it at the beginning of the season, um, but my reasoning was a little bit different. Mine was just more overthrown. A lot of times he wasn't looking towards Devontae's Devontae's direction, right? But that connection is starting to show, and you see it. And the more and more they start to get comfortable with each other, the more Stafford knows where exactly Devontae is going to be at all times to know where he can place the football. I really don't know what more I can say because Devontae is balling out. I mean, my God, 3 touchdowns against Jacksonville, 2 touchdowns today, and my God, just I think I think this team really, really, really showed who they can be. Because I still think, and matter of fact, I still know they can play much better than this, much better. And us as Rams fans, we know this because we see this. We know our team, right? It's the outside noise. It's just they have a bad habit of just looking past the Rams and what the Rams can do and it's like uh, I mean the talk coming into this season was Philadelphia and Washington and Detroit and the Packers. This was the talk coming out of the NFC. 49ers were in that conversation as well. It's like if the Rams just all of a sudden it's like we just fell off the face of the earth, not realizing that we gave Philadelphia a run for the money in the playoffs. If it wasn't for a bad couple of plays, on that final drive, we end up winning that game. And who knows if we end up winning that Super Bowl because we could have easily won that Super Bowl as well. But us as Rams fans, we know these things. We know we had a few bad games this year. Two of those happened to turn into losses against the Philadelphia Eagles that we should have won and against the 49ers at home that we should have won and did it. And that's who we got next. 49ers in Candlestick Park. I'm not going to call it Levi's. I'm going to call it Candlestick Park. Some of you Rams fans, Rams fans as old as I am, remember Candlestick Park. You remember Candlestick Park? Yeah, those were, and this is why I said a few weeks ago, I don't care what some of these new 49er fans say, and I know who they are because they've been in my comments. Some of these 49er fans as old as I am know that this is the true rivalry of the NFC West. This is the true rivalry of the NFC West. Ain't no Niners and Cowboys rivalry like that. No, 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 no. No. When we got to see each other twice a year and it's heated, not only on the football field, but in the stands, that's a rivalry. I don't care what these what I like to call new booty 49er fans like to say. Because I was there in the 80s as a Rams fan growing up, you know, against going against these 49er fans as a kid. That's who's next at Candlestick Park. At Candlestick Park. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm excited. Again, I think this Rams football team has still not shown what they're capable of being. And little by little, it's going to start showing. Little by little, it's going to start coming out. And at some point, you can't double Puka. You can't double Devontae. You can't stack the box. Because either Puka will beat you if you double Devontae, Devontae will beat you if you double Puka, and if you try to stack that box, they're both going to beat you. And if you play soft, there you go with Kyren Williams and Blake Corum. And this 13th set with 3 tight ends is something that I didn't see coming either. It was talked about, but that looks great. And I don't care if it's a combination of Higbee. I don't care if it's Davis Allen or Parkinson or Ferguson. It doesn't matter. Those are all big bodies. Those are all big bodies. And again, I get this is the New Orleans Saints, but they showed exactly what they're capable of being. And we still haven't seen the taste of what they really are yet. But I think it's coming. I absolutely think it's coming. I look forward to it. And I look forward to the rest of the season. And I look forward to continue to keep giving you guys these types of shows. And until then, hit that like, subscribe button, you know. Let me know what you think of the channel. Let me know what you think of my content. I'm not afraid of criticism. I don't shy from criticism. This is what I do. This is what I love. Until then, horns up, Rams family. Let's go.